No. All right, appearances. Good morning, everybody. I'm Judge Bigney doing first appearances today. Appearance for the state, please. State appearance for the record.
Elaine Fusco, State Attorney's Office.
Thank you, Ms. Buscos, and from the PD's office.
You shall follow with the Office of Public Defender.
All right, and who do I have from probation? Because I can't see you.
Pretrial Services Officer
Yes.
Courtney Bertrand.
Thank you. We're just trying to log the Spanish interpreter on. She keeps disconnecting. It'll just take a moment.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Flavia Rodriguez, State Certified Court Interpreter, previously sworn in today.
All right, thank you. Let's go ahead and start. First person is Norman Ruiz, case number 2020 MM2914. Sir, are you Mr. Norman?
I'm sorry, Your
Ruiz?
Honor. Is the defendant at the jail?
Defendant's at the jail. Does he need headsets?
Yes. Which courtroom, please?
Courtroom 2.
Two?
Yes.
Just 1 second.
Thank you, V. Williams.
It's supposed to my wife be here. I don't have an idea to know. See,
Madam Interpreter, can you translate to him and see if he can hear you?
Your Honor, he can hear me now.
Okay, sir, please tell me your name.
see, Norman Ruiz.
Yes. Norman Rui Diaz.
Good morning, sir. You're here for a charge of battery domestic violence. I do find probable cause for this offense. Pretrial services, have you been in contact with Ms. Vieira?
There was no contact with the victim.
All right, you are entitled to a bond, sir. I've considered your criminal history and the facts of this case. I'm setting your bond. Do you want a public defender? That's a lawyer.
See,
Yes.
I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender in this matter. I'll set bond, which he's entitled to, at $1,000.
Your Honor,
Yes, ma'am.
consider pretrial release.
Not at this time. I'll deny that request. You're to have no contact with Ms. Vieira. You must maintain a separate residence, and you're not to have any weapons. I'll give you a one-time return. You need to be accompanied by a police officer at that time. Any weapons must be surrendered within 4 hours of your release from jail. And you do have a lawyer. Good luck to you, sir.
¿podría hablar?
May I speak?
Counsel, do you want to advise him?
I would advise him not to speak.
Your lawyer is asking that you not say anything.
Okay.
Because all of your statements
Okay.
can be used against you.
My wife was supposed to be here, but okay.
Okay, if she shows up later, I'll go ahead and readdress the case if I can.
Muchas gracias, señoría.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
You're welcome, sir. The next person I'm addressing is Gustavo Garcia. Private counsel, I'll get your case in just a moment.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Garcia,
Hold on, Your Honor.
¿Ya?
Necesito un intérprete. Okay, dígame.
Your Honor, he can hear me now.
case number 2020 MM2919. Sir, you're here for violation of a county ordinance for soliciting without a permit. I do find probable cause. I would also like to extend an offer of an adjudication time served. That means you would be released today, later on today, and you'd have to pay court costs. Mr. Garcia, would you like a lawyer?
No.
No.
Would you like to accept that plea bargain, that plea offer?
Sí, que me dejan ir para la casa, right?
Yes. You would let me go home, right?
Yes, you would have to pay court costs though by May 1st of 2021. Is that agreeable to you?
Muy bien.
Very well.
Do you plead guilty, no contest, or not guilty to solicitation without a permit?
No contact.
No contest.
Do you need an interpreter?
Eso es lo que está hablando usted, ¿no?
That's what she's doing, right?
Yes, I just can't see his headset. Sir, do you understand that if you were on probation at the time you committed this offense, your terms of probation would be violated?
Sí.
Yes.
Do you understand that if you're not a United States citizen, you will be subject to deportation by entering a plea to this charge?
No soy americano.
No, I'm a citizen.
But do you understand what I said?
Sí, señor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did anybody force you to say no contest?
No.
No.
And have you taken any drugs, alcohol, or medication that's affecting your understanding right now?
No.
No.
Sir, do you need any more time to talk to a lawyer about your case?
No.
No.
At this time, I'll find that you've waived your right to counsel. You've entered a plea of no contest. You're being adjudicated guilty, sentenced to time served. You'll be released today on this charge, and I'll give you until May 1st of 2021 to pay your court cost. Good luck to you, sir. You have 30 days to appeal.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you so much.
All right. The next case is that it for the Spanish interpreter cases at the BRC?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Let's go ahead and do Mr.
You're very
Turner.
welcome, Your Honor. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you. Stay well. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pull up Antoine Turner. This is out of order. I just need a moment. Nope, I got it. Thank you, though. Antoine Turner, case number 20 CF4876AO. I can't tell with that mass appearance for the record.
Your Honor, I'm Michael LaFay. I represent Mr. Turner.
Good morning, Mr. LaFay. Mr. Turner, you were arrested for fleeing and attempting to elude a police officer as well as possession of cocaine. I do find that there's probable cause for both of these counts. Defense, do you want to make any argument before I hear from state on what the bond amount should be for count one?
Your Honor, I do have argument. I'll also do some testimony from Mr. Turner if I could.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead and inquire.
Mr. Turner, how long have you lived in Central Florida?
My whole entire life.
And do you have family that lives here?
Yes, all my family.
Do you also have minor children that you support who live here?
Yes, 4 kids.
And are you monetarily able to post a $1,000 bond on this charge? And by that, I mean either use a bondsman or however you manage to post it.
Yes.
Would it be your intent to use a bondsman?
Yes, sir, it is.
That's all I have, Your Honor.
All right, state, any questions for Mr. Turner? All right, thank you. Any argument, Mr. LaFay?
Yes, Your Honor. This is a fleeing and attempting to elude. I don't know why it's a no bond.
They always come in at no bond. If it's a police officer arrest, they come in at none. But he's entitled to one.
Thank you. So, given that he's constitutionally entitled to a bond, I'd ask for a bond of $1,000. It's a third-degree felony. I believe it's a level 1 under the Florida sentencing guidelines, and there's simply nothing about Mr. Turner or his past before the court that would even disturb the presumption of a non-monetary bond, which is sort of set forth in 3.131 of the criminal rules. So that said, I would simply ask for a low bond of $1,000. Thank you.
Anything else, state?
We would ask for a bond in line.
In that book, it's set at no bond to be set by judge. So you're not going to find a number there. Pretrial services, are you doing PTR right now?
He does qualify for PTR, and we're doing phone-in
Okay.
supervision.
Counsel, I'm going to grant your request in part. I will give him a monetary bond plus pretrial release. He does have almost a dozen prior failures to appear. So I'm setting bond at $1,500 plus pretrial release to report to pretrial release within 1 business day and possess no illegal drugs or use no illegal drugs. On count 2, I'm going to do straight pretrial release. Any objection from either side?
Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. LaFay, is there anything else on Mr. Turner's matter?
No, Your Honor.
Your Honor.
All right.
We're
Yes,
doing-
ma'am.
We're doing telephone reporting at this time, so you want him to call in within 24 hours?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Within 24 hours of his release from jail.
So will there be random testing with?
I didn't order that. It's one more thing for them to have the contact, so I didn't order it. I just ordered no use of it. Yes, ma'am. Okay, thank you. I hope that clears up everything for the paperwork.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Back up to the move-up docket.
Your Honor, may I approach for a second?
Yes. I don't know what button to go side. No, I ask them, some people don't want it, and I've had PDs in the past object to being appointed under the, I know that there's a blanket rule, but I've had some in the past object to it, so I'm gonna ask them. Do you have any objection to it? Okay, well, there's been PDs at your office from when I was the first appearance, and they objected to that, so unless there's case law on it, so I'm just gonna see, and I'm not gonna appoint a PD if they don't want one, okay? Yeah, I thank you for letting me know all that. Jeremy Stroudauer. I will on this one because he's a juvenile though. Jeremy Strouder?
Yes.
Okay, how old are you, sir?
15.
All right, your case has been, is going to be processed as a felony. I'm going to appoint a public defender based on your age. Sir, you're here for a charge of second-degree murder with a firearm, and I do find that there's probable cause for that offense. Defense counsel, would you like to be heard?
Your Honor, I'll just defer the matter to the court.
Okay. State, are you asking that he remain at no bond?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I'll go ahead and keep you at no bond, sir. I also am aware that there may be a juvenile case that's keeping you on hold. Do you have a public defender for that already?
No.
Okay. If you don't have a public defender, I'll go ahead and appoint one in your juvenile matter as well. I'm also going to order that you have no contact with the victim in this matter, Kenesha Lowe, that you maintain a separate residence. You are not to go back to where she lives. You're not to have any contact with any witnesses, no return to the scene of the crime, and no possession of any weapons. If you do own any weapons, they do need to be surrendered within 6 hours of your release if you are given a bond in the future. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Count to you as stated, 1,000, correct. The next case is Dawn Luperglo.
She's medical, Your Honor.
All right, in case number 20 CF 4880AO, I'll appoint a public defender for the charge of aggravated battery with a deadly weapon and false imprisonment. And then in case number 20 CF 4835, there's another charge of aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. I'll reset to within 24 hours of medical clearance. But I do find probable cause, and I appointed the public defender. The next person is Arthur Bradshaw.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, sir. Give me just a moment.
Okay.
Okay, Denise, can you help me find Mr. Bradshaw's paperwork in here? Mr. Bradshaw, you're here for case number 20 CF 48824AO. Sir, you were arrested for charge of burglary of a structure during the state of an emergency, as well as grand theft third degree. Sir, do you want a public defender to help you with your case?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll go ahead and appoint a public defender to assist you. I do find probable cause for both of these offenses. State, do you want, or defense, do you want to be heard on count one bond? It's currently at none.
Your Honor, we'll just ask for the court to set a bond at $2,500.
Okay. State? I can't find Bradshaw. Okay. I'll go ahead and follow the defense's recommendation. I'll grant the request setting count one bond at $2,500 with the condition that you have no contact with any employees, no return to the scene of the crime. Count two, I'll modify that to a subsidiary bond and set it at $150 with the same conditions. Sir, tell me your name.
Arthur Bradshaw.
Your Honor,
we're not-
do you have a third count of criminal mischief?
Can I see that paperwork stack again? No, ma'am, I only have 2 counts. Is that going to be an add-on charge for tomorrow, or was that addressed yesterday?
It came in as burglary, grand theft, and criminal mischief for 2020 CF 004853AO.
Okay, that's a different case number that I have. I'm addressing 4882AO. I'll check that number in just a moment and see if he has already had a first appearance on that. This is the add-on charge.
He's going to be seen. I see it now. He's going to be seen for that tomorrow.
Okay, thank you. All right, Larry Frederick is next.
Larry Frederick, Your Honor, he refused court.
All right, he already has a public defender in case number 2020 MM 25559AO and 2020 MM 2328AO, where he's already on ROR. In case number 2020 MM 2918AO, that's his new offense. I'll find that his appearance has been waived. I'll temporarily appoint the public defender. I find probable cause for the charge of battery. I'll stay the bond. No contact with the victim in this case, Ramey, or the witness, Ramey. No weapons, and no return to the scene of the crime. State defense, do you want to be heard on the 3 cases where he's already ROR?
Your Honor, we just ask for the court not to revoke the ROR.
State?
For the court.
Okay, based on the back-to-back charges, and they're escalating on all of his out-on-bond cases, I'm going to revoke his ROR status. I'm going to set bond at $500 per case. I'll go through the case numbers, ending in 2773, $500, no return. Ending in 2559 AO, $500 and no return. In 2328, $500 and no return.
And Your Honor, he also has another ROR case. It's 2019 MM 003763AO.
2019 MM, can I have those numbers again?
003763AO.
Thank you, ma'am. That's one of my cases. I'm going to also revoke his ROR status and set bond in that matter at $500.
In each case, only have one count.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, sir, your name, please?
Bruce Hosfield.
Mr. Hosfield, good morning. You're here for a violation of probation in case number 15 CF 934AO. You're being held at no bond status for all counts. Your attorney has already filed his paperwork. Any modifications can be set in front of Judge White. You do have a reporting requirement. If and when you do get a bond, I'll give you 1 business day to report for any reporting requirements. Thank you, Mr. Hosfield.
Your Honor, Robinson, Sandra Robinson, medical.
Okay, give me a moment to find that paperwork. Oh, thank you. Okay, I'm going to switch over to in-jail arraignments now.
We still doing the move ups, Your Honor?
Give me a moment.
Move up for in-jail arraignment.
Okay.
And then we have, and
All
then
right.
after those, we'll do the in-jail.
Sir, tell me your name.
Kane Jerome.
Okay, Jerome, thank you. Mr. Jerome, you're here for Seminole County case number 19 CF 3026. At this time, I'm going to go ahead and modify your bond, setting it at $3,000 with GPS. You need to report to GPS within within 6 hours of your release or the next business day, depending on the time to set up for GPS. Your next court date is going to be on June 3rd at 9 a.m. in front of Judge McIntosh for a violation of probation arraignment.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Jerome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Sir, what's your name?
Jeffrey McWhorter.
Yeah. Mr. McWhorter, you're also here for a Seminole County case. The case number is 18 CF 474AO. At this time, you still remain at no bond status. Good luck to you, sir. Good morning, sir. Tell me your name.
Sean O'Brien. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir. You're here in case number 18MM30. This is a case out of Seminole County. I'm going to go ahead and modify your bond. Your bond is going to be $2,500. Your next court date is going to be in front of Judge Krause. It's going to be on June 15th at 9 a.m. Good luck to you, Mr. O'Brien.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Damon Smith.
Damon Smith. Mr. Smith, you're here for a case out of Polk County, Florida, case number 2012 CF 3275 and 2012 CF 3398. I'm going to make no modifications to your case, and you'll be transported when it resumes to Polk County. Good luck to you, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Miguel Angel Vargas.
Miguel Angel.
What docket is he from?
Corrections, what docket is he? Oh, he's also from the add-on. I found him. Mr. Vargas, good morning. You're here for a case out of Seminole County, Florida. The case number is 19MM8969. At this time, I'm going to go ahead and modify the court orders. You'll be released on your own recognizance. You do have your next court date scheduled. It's for May 26th at 9 a.m. in courtroom 4C in front of Judge Herr.
Can I get that paperwork?
What?
Can I have that paperwork?
It'll be on your paperwork when you're released from jail.
God is good.
Okay, May 26th, Judge Herr. Good luck to you, sir.
God bless.
Tell me your name, please.
Carlos Baglio.
Sir, you're here for a case out of Lake County, Florida. The case number is 20 CF 878AO. The court has communicated with Judge Baxley, and your bond is to be stayed, and all the conditions stayed. Good luck to you, sir.
Do I have a court date or court hearing or anything?
Once you bond out, you'll get a court date.
Bond out? There's no bond reduction? I can't
Okay,
afford 100.
no. It's being stayed. That means it's being kept the same.
There's nothing I can do about that, ma'am?
You can consult with an attorney to move for modification.
I
And
can't.
if you don't post that bond, you'll be transported to the Lake County Jail once transportation begins.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Rebecca Ramirez.
Ms. Ramirez, you're also here for a case out of Polk County, Florida. That case number is 19 CF 10430. I'm going to go ahead and set your bond at $1,000.
Okay.
And you have to appear at VRR at 8:30 in the morning on June 11th, which is at the Polk County Courthouse.
Okay.
And your case will be assigned to a judge before then. That'll be on your paperwork if you post bond. If you don't post bond, you'll be transported to Polk County when transportation resumes.
Okay.
All right, good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Sir, what's your name?
James Malloy.
Okay, we've moved on to the arraignment docket. Mr. Roy, you have a public defender in case number 2020 CT2367AO. Today's your arraignment. You're here for a charge of driving under the influence with a blood alcohol level of above a .20. State, did you convey an offer? Okay.
No, oh, I'm sorry.
Defense, anything?
Your Honor, we will just enter a plea of not guilty.
Okay, I'll go ahead and enter a plea of not guilty at this time.
Division 2, pretrial conference, June 4th at 8:30, courtroom 9B.
Thank you, sir.
Ma'am, I thought I was here for an R&R today. That's what my public defender told me.
I don't have an ROR in my file. Do you have one?
No, Your Honor, would the court consider releasing him on its own recognizance?
The state needs proper notice on that because it's a modification, so go ahead and file any motions. Okay. The next person is Benedictive.
Benedictive, too.
I know this name. Pretrial services, does this gentleman usually have an AKA?
He does, Your
Pretrial?
Honor. He does, Your Honor.
Pardon me?
He does have several AKAs.
Okay, what's his AKA usually?
He has Joseph, Michael, Benedictus, Bennett. He has about 9 AKAs in our
Okay, thank you. All right, Mr. Bennett, sir, tell me your name.
Benedictus Johannes Joseph Maria Cuchis.
All right, sir, have you consumed any drugs, alcohol, medication, or do you have any mental health conditions that's affecting your understanding right now?
No.
Counsel, I'm sorry, you already have a public defender. Has there been an offer on this case?
No, Your Honor, he does have competency issues.
Okay. Has he already been found incompetent?
Yes, in 19 MO 291, the case was dismissed because of continuation of his incompetency.
All right, in this matter, I'll go ahead and enter a plea of not guilty. Have you filed motions in this case?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, plea of not guilty, give it a court date and in courtroom.
Division 81, pretrial conference, June 19th at 9 o'clock, courtroom 9B.
All right, thank you. Thank you, sir. Your attorney will be in touch with you and stay in communications. I think I got everything. Sir, tell me your name, please.
Tracy George Edwards, ma'am.
Mr. Edwards, you have a public defender. You're here for a charge of criminal mischief in case number 2020 MM 21998O. The state has charged you with a misdemeanor. State, did you make an offer on this case?
Yes, there was an offer, adjudication of guilt, court cost, credit time served, and restitution reserve.
All right. State, is that correct?
Your Honor, The offer was communicated by the ASA and by myself. I contacted the victim this morning, and the victim advised that because of COVID, he hasn't been able to get all the repairs done yet. And he thinks it could be over $1,000 rather than $1,000. But when I got to court, I heard about the offer made by the ASA for the case. So I guess as long as restitution is reserved.
So is the offer, I'm not understanding, is the offer open or not? You following the recommendation?
Yes.
Okay. Sir, it's a time-served offer. Do you need any more time to speak with your attorney, or do you want me to go forward?
You can move forward, ma'am. Thank you.
Corrections, is there anything else holding this gentleman?
He has 2 felony cases.
Okay, and he's in on those?
Yes, one has a bond of $5,000. The other one is a revoked case, and it has no bond at this time.
All right, thank you. Defense, you ready for me to go forward?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Edwards, how do you plead to the charge of criminal mischief, a misdemeanor of the 2nd degree? Guilty, no contest, or not guilty?
No contest, ma'am.
And do you understand what no contest means?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to plead no contest?
No, ma'am.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication that's affecting your thinking or understanding?
Absolutely not. No, ma'am.
Sir, do you understand that if you're not on probation by entering a plea today, if you are on probation rather, your terms of probation would be violated?
Yes, ma'am, I'm aware of that.
And do you also understand that if you're not a United States citizen, you will be subject to deportation by entering a plea to this charge?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the services of your lawyer?
Absolutely.
All right, at this time, I'll go ahead and accept your plea on this matter. You're being adjudicated guilty, no return to the scene of the crime, no contact with the victims. It's a time-served sentence of 34 days. I'll reserve on restitution for 60 days. The order needs to be furnished to the court before the 60-day expiration. You have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence, Mr. Edwards. You'll be released on this case today. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Your Honor, I need to ask you a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Rebecca Ramirez, you just did her on a status hearing. She's also for traffic arraignment. Do we need to bring her back?
Defense counsel? You represent Ms. Ramirez in 2020 CT 244. She wasn't brought in. She's in on a DWLS. Do you want her?
Bring her back.
You want to bring her back?
I mean, she can't resolve her case today, but.
She can't or can?
She can't.
Okay, so do you want me to just enter a plea of not guilty?
Yes.
Okay. I'll go ahead and enter a plea of not guilty in her case. Her attorney's done so on her behalf.
Okay.
Division 62, pretrial conference, June 4th at 8:30, courtroom 9B.
All right, thank you. Who's the next person? Good morning. Can you tell me your name, please?
Last Thomas.
Okay. Mr. Thomas, give me one moment. B. Williams, what happened to Sandra Robinson?
She's medical, Your Honor.
Okay, go ahead. Enter a plea of not guilty, temporarily appoint the public defender at this time, and set it for pretrial conferences. I did temporarily appoint the public defender, even though it's her arraignment.
Division 62, pretrial conference, June 4th at 8:30, courtroom 9B.
B. Williams, what happened to Jolanta Belandi?
She's been in the hospital, Your Honor.
All right, that's already a public defender case. Counsel, how do you want me to proceed?
Enter a plea of not guilty.
Enter a plea of not guilty, and just to state, is that a time-served offer otherwise?
We understand.
Okay. All right, thank you. Court dates on that case, Ms.
Division
Clerk?
84, pretrial conference, May 14th at 8:45, courtroom 4B.
Thank you, Denise. Yeah, hospital.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Lansat, sorry for the wait. Give me just a moment to find your paperwork. You're here for case number 20 CF 4881AO. You were arrested for battery by strangulation, dating violence, false imprisonment, and tampering with a witness. Do you want a public defender to help you with your case, Mr. Thomas?
Yes.
All right, I'll go ahead and appoint a public defender. Is the victim present?
No, Your Honor.
Any contact with the victim?
She says she will not attend IAs, Your Honor.
All right, I do find probable cause for these defenses. Do you want to be heard as far as bond?
Your Honor, we just ask for a bond to be set for battery by strangulation at 1,000, false imprisonment at 1,000, and tampering with witness 500.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and I will give him a bond, but I am concerned about the facts of this case. In count 1, I'll set bond at $2,500. Count 2, I'll set bond at $1,000. And count 3, I'll treat it as a subsidiary and give it a $150 bond. Mr. Thomas, there are some conditions. You're to have no contact with the victim. You must maintain a separate residence. You can't go back to where she lives. Additionally, no return to the motel. You can't go back to where she lives. State, was she living together? I'm just confused because there's an apartment and then there's a Motel 6 mentioned in the report.
No.
Okay, thank you. All right, just straight no contact. Don't go to where she lives, works, or is known to frequent. And possess no weapons. If you own any weapons, they do need to be surrendered upon your release from jail. Thank you, Mr. Lansett. The next person is Mark Maldonado. Good morning. Are you Mr. Maldonado?
Yes, ma'am.
You're here for case number 2020 MM 2903. Sir, do you need a public defender? Do you plan to hire your own attorney or represent yourself?
No, public defender.
I'll go ahead and appoint a public defender to help you with your case. I do find there's probable cause for the charge of battery, domestic violence, and you are entitled to a bond or release conditions. Is Miss Yaneria Maldonado present? Corrections?
No.
All right. $1,000 bond.
That's for a bond to be set at 500.
State, what's your position on bond?
Stay at the
Based on history. Based on the facts of this case, I'm setting bond at $1,000. Mr. Maldonado, there are some conditions. In addition to monetary bond, you're to have no contact with Yaneria Maldonado or the witness in this matter. You're not to go to where they live. You must maintain a separate residence. I'll allow a one-time return. You must be accompanied by a police officer at that time, so that needs to be coordinated. Don't go back without one. And you're not to possess any weapons, Mr. Maldonado. Good luck to you, sir. Sir, what's your name?
Dexter Sanabria.
Mr. Sanabria, you're here for a charge of battery domestic violence in case number 2020 MM 2922. Do you want a public defender to help you with your case?
No, thank you. I don't.
Okay, if you change your mind, I can appoint one on a temporary basis. I will give you a bond. So I've reviewed the facts of the case. Is the victim present?
No, Your Honor.
All right, and you can live with your mom, right?
Yeah.
At this matter, I'm going to go ahead and set your bond. Since you have no prior history, I'm setting your bond at $750. Is that a bond you'll be able to afford?
Yes.
Okay, and you've been in contact with somebody who can post that bond for you?
I have.
Are you sure you don't want a lawyer to help you with your case?
I'm sure.
Okay, $750 bond, no contact with the victim of this matter?
None at all.
So you're going to be living with your mom, right?
What I'm going to do is actually move somewhere else. I'm just gonna need to go get my stuff that I
Okay.
have at the house. If that's
Okay, no contact with the victim. Maintain separate residence. I'll give you a one-time return, but you do need to be accompanied by a police officer, and you're not to have any weapons. Any weapons need to be surrendered to law enforcement. Do you have any questions, sir?
no questions.
All right, thank you. If you can't afford that bond, you can write a letter to move to have it modified.
All right.
Good luck to you. Edwin Bellamy? Pronounce that.
Hello, how you doing, man?
I'm well, sir. How are you?
Trying to manage.
Tell me your name again.
Bellamy Edwin.
All right, 2020 CF 486480. Sir, do you want a public defender to help you with your case?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
All right, I'll go ahead and appoint a public defender. I find probable cause for possession of methamphetamine, possession of cocaine, and resisting officer without violence. Based on your history, I'll go ahead and stay all these bonds.
She said, "Stay." I don't know what that means. The PTR can now be pretrial released. I have no open cases besides this.
Sir, you you have not been qualified, and you do have a number of failures to appear and a criminal history. This one I need to look up. Give me just one moment to look up because I emailed the judge on this one. Okay. You're Keith Blackman?
Yes, ma'am.
You already have a public defender, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. Do you want a public defender to help you with your new case for resisting officer without violence?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Yes, ma'am.
In 2020 MM 2916AO, I'll appoint a public defender. Mr. Blackman, you're here for a charge of resisting officer without violence. I'll go ahead and stay that bond at $500. In 2019 CF 12500AO, you're currently at no bond because you missed your court date for cocaine and paraphernalia charges. I'll go ahead and set you a bond in each count. $2,500 on count 1 and $2,500 on count 2. You're not to possess, use, or consume any illegal drugs, nor are you to have any weapons. 2917. Oh, on that one, I'm staying the, thank you. And then, I'm sorry, I missed the L&P. 2020 MM 2917AO. Do you want a public defender for the loitering and prowling too?
Yes. Go to who?
I'll appoint a public defender. Give me a moment. Okay, I find probable cause for this offense. I'm going to treat it as a subsidiary and give it a $100 bond. No return to the scene of the crime. Abide by all trespass orders. Thank you, Mr. Blackman. Your attorney will be in touch with you. What's your name, sir?
Chavi Charles.
Sir, I have case number 20 CF 4883AO. You're here for a charge of driving under the influence with serious bodily injury to another and driving under the influence with property damage or injury. Do you want a public defender to help you with this case?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll go ahead and appoint a public defender. State, I have a PC issue. Who's the person who was injured? It may be a grammar issue or something in writing, but who's the injured person? Hold on. Do you want to say something? Remember, all of your statements are being recorded and can be used against you. I said state, so I was talking to the lawyer.
Okay, sorry.
Second paragraph, the driver of the white Suzuki was seriously injured.
Okay, and Ms. Shade advised me that the driver of the white Suzuki was seriously injured. Is that the defendant? And if so, I don't see what the serious injury is on this.
He was transported.
I have PC for count 2. I don't have PC for count 1. I think it's too conclusory to say what SBI is with nothing more. You want me to stay the bond and give you more time to perfect probable cause?
Your Honor,
And defense, do you want to be heard on that?
Your Honor, we just asked for the court to release him RR since no probable cause was found.
If you want to waive, I'll put him on PTR. PC, okay. Stipulated, correct me if I'm wrong, on count 1, defense stipulated to PC. Court found PC on count 2. I'll put him on pretrial release for both counts. Defendant is not to consume any drugs, any illegal drugs or alcohol, and to report by phone within 1 business day. Anything else, State? All right, thanks. PTR. All right, the next case. Thank you, sir.
No, you're welcome.
Your name, please?
Calvin Craig.
Give me just a moment. What happened to Mr. Couch, Francis Couch?
Bond, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Mr. Craig, good morning. You're here for for 2 different cases. You have a new case, 2020. CF 4875AO, and then you're already out on release for a charge. You have a public defender. Do you want a public defender for your new case?
Yes, until I get a lawyer.
Okay, a public defender is a lawyer. I'll go ahead and appoint one in the felony matter. Give me just a moment to look something up. You were arrested for trafficking in methamphetamines above 28 grams, possession of cocaine with intent to sell or deliver, possession of cannabis with intent to sell or deliver, 2 counts of battery on a law enforcement officer, 1 count of possession of marijuana, 1 count of, and 2 counts of resisting officer without violence. Anybody want to be heard on this?
Your Honor, we ask for the trafficking charge for the bond to be set at $25,000.
We have 1 set. I have the MM case. Oh, wait, and then there's also another charge that came to my attention. I'll look it up. Give me a moment to find this, and then I'll give everybody a chance to make any arguments. Hey, Denise, what's the case number? Is that
2020. Is it MO or
MM89AO?
MM89AO? Yeah.
That's set for trial. And then he has the fleeing and attempting to elude. So in the misdemeanor case, that case number is 2020-89AO. He has a public defender. He's out on bond on that, and it's set for trial in May, so it'll likely be reset. And then we have case number 2020 CF 68 AO. That was a fleeing and attempting to elude. Let me take a look at the facts of this case. Okay. And that was a PC warrant for events that occurred on April 10th. Defense, do you want to be heard on all of Mr. Craig's cases? Then I'll hear from state.
Yes, Your Honor. On the fleeing and eluding, we asked for the court to set a bond for $2,500. And as for the trafficking charge, we asked for the court to set a bond at $25,000.
What about the case where he's already out on bond pending trial?
Your Honor, we just asked for the court not to take any action on the out on bond.
State, do you want to be heard on all three cases?
Yes, we're asking you to stay the bond in the trafficking matter and to revoke the bond in the EMF.
All right. In Mr. Craig's matters, I'll go ahead and stay all the bonds as listed in 4875 with the condition that he possess no weapons and possess, use, or consume no illegal drugs. Those bonds will be stayed. I'll grant the defense's request on the fleeing and attempting to elude in 4568, setting bond at $2,500. And I'll grant the state's request in 2020 MM89AO, revoking his bond release and giving him a new bond of no bond. He's committing the same offenses while pending trial and on different dates. Thank you. Oh, here's Calvin Craig's other paper. The next person is Carl Tyrone Dallas.
Yes.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm going to be addressing a total of 3 cases. Do you want a public defender in your new case?
What case? I'm trespass.
No, your new case is for petty theft.
What theft, man? I didn't do anything.
Do you want a public defender?
No.
All right. Corrections, has he had any prior mental health history?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear the response.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. I feel like I'm familiar with this defendant where he's previously had competency issues. Let me take a look at this. Okay, he says he doesn't want a public defender. In case number 2020 CF 4874AO, sir, I find probable cause for a charge of petty theft with 2 priors. I'll stay that bond at $1,000. No return to Wawa. And then state defense, you do have I'll address you on both of these. He has 2 trespass charges. Do you want me to resolve them?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you want me to make an offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, what are your thoughts on an adjudication concurrent sentence of 7 days? Okay. Sir, if you would like to resolve your 2 trespass cases, one was at the Viet Cafe and the other was at a Lynx stop.
Ma'am,
The
I just
offer-
got out of jail yesterday. I had
And then you committed, the allegations
Yeah.
are you committed a new offense.
I just got out of jail yesterday, before yesterday, and I had a letter of incarceration, and they didn't tell I was just walking home to go home, and they just pulled up on me. I have letters in my booking. I had a letter of incarceration that proved that I wasn't there. I hadn't been out of jail for 4 hours and 34 minutes.
Sir, if you would like to resolve your 2 trespassing charges that occurred earlier this month at Viet Cafe and at a Lynx stop, the offer is a concurrent offer, adjudication in 7 days. So one is actually a time served offer, and one is and then you'd have to do 3 more days.
Okay, so I just got out of jail yesterday. I had a letter of incarceration, ma'am.
The allegations are that when you got out of jail, you committed a new theft. Do you want to plead to these 2 trespass charges, or defense, are you not comfortable with it? And you picked up another trespass from that Wawa.
Could I pay a fine, ma'am?
I'm going to deny that request,
Your Honor, he can resolve his out on bond cases.
and I could do the new trespass too with the 7 days. Do you want to accept that offer, sir?
What is it, ma'am?
It's time served for the Viet Cafe. It's 7 days, but you already have credit for 3 days on the trespass from Lynx. And it's 7 days with credit for 1 on the new Wawa charge.
Okay.
Do you want to accept the plea?
Yes.
For trespass on property at Wawa, which was alleged to have occurred yesterday, do you plead guilty, no contest, or not guilty?
There's no contest. No guilt, not no contest.
No contest means you're not admitting or denying the charge. You just want to finish it today because you believe it's in your best interest. Is that what you would like to do, Mr. Dallas?
Yes, ma'am.
And how do you plead to the April 17th trespass on property charge from Lynx? Guilty, no contest, or
I
not
just
guilty?
got out of jail yesterday, man. I have a letter of incarceration that was.
Okay. Sir, you're not answering the question. At this time, I'll enter a plea of not guilty in that charge, revoke your release, set it at $100. That is 2839AO. Sir, I'm not trying to be difficult with you, but you're not answering the questions. You said you wanted to plea. I can't give you any legal advice. So in 2649AO, I'm also revoking your release, setting it at $100. And I'm not comfortable taking the plea on the new trespass from Wawa. I'll stay that bond at $500. You need to abide by all trespass orders, sir. Good luck to you.
What does that mean, ma'am?
On the
What's that mean?
2839, you reset the bond.
2839. Yeah, I revoked his release. I'll do 100. Let me strike that. On the 2 misdemeanors where he was already out, I'm going to give him a new bond of $100. You want me to go through that again, everybody? Got it? Okay. Thank you. Your name, please?
Marilyn Ethel Firstel.
Ms. Firstel, you're here in case number 2020 CF 4868. You were arrested for tampering with physical evidence, possession of cocaine, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Do you want a public defender to help you with this case?
Yes.
I'll go ahead and appoint a public defender to help you. On count 1, I'll reduce your bond to $500. On counts 2 and 3, I'll stay your bond with the condition that you not possess, use, or consume any illegal drugs.
Okay, I didn't.
Thank you, ma'am.
I didn't get that last part.
There's a condition that you're not supposed to possess or use any illegal drugs, okay?
Okay.
All right, good luck, Ms. Versal. Next up is Jamie Gomez. Good morning, Mr. Gomez. You're here for case number 2020 CF 4867 for a charge of driving with license suspended as a habitual traffic offender. Sir, do you want a public defender to help you with your case?
Yes, ma'am.
In this case, I'm going to modify your bond, reduce it to $2,500 plus pretrial release. I'll give you 1 business day to report to pretrial release by phone, and I do find that there's probable cause. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. My name is Augustus Invictus.
Mr. Invictus, you're here for case number 2020 CF 4884AO. Sir, probable cause has been found for your arrest for aggravated stalking after an injunction. Would you like a public defender to help you with your case?
Yes, please.
Corrections, my first appearance sheet is blank. Does he have any ties to the community or any history?
It came in as a warrant, so he was not interviewed.
If I may, I actually live here. I practice law here in Orlando, Your Honor. I can speak for myself on that count. I have my family here. 7 of my 9 children are here. My father is here. My ex-wife is here. My wife is here. I went to high school here. I have substantial ties to the community here.
Okay, this is, my concern is this is a warrant out of South Carolina. It's defense, do you want to be heard or question your client?
Not at this time, Your Honor.
All right, state anything else.
There is a motion for hearing that was sent to us, Your Honor, and I think they would like to have him served with a notice of hearing before he responds.
I can't delay his case for that, those purposes, but what is your position on bond amount? And corrections, have you been in contact with the victim?
No, Your Honor.
I'm just waiting for the state's response.
I would also like to be heard on bond, Your Honor, when they're done.
Counsel, do you?
PD appointed or?
He said he wanted a public defender,
I would like the
yes.
public defender after the initial appearance, if I may, because the public defender has not spoken with me. She does not know what's going on, and I do.
So you want to represent yourself for purposes of the first appearance?
For purposes of this hearing, yes, Your Honor.
And then you want the public defender thereafter to file any subsequent motions, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, I'll go ahead and do that. So he's pro se for the purposes of his first appearance. Go ahead and make any argument on your behalf, Mr. Invictus.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yes, as I said, I have substantial ties to this community. I was raised here. I went to high school here. I practice law here. My law office is headquartered here. So is my publication. My wife, my ex-wife, all of my kids are here. I'm from Orlando. I'm presently, I would be giving a residential address in Melbourne for purposes of bond today, only because I'm acting as my father's civil attorney, and I'm arranging his business affairs in Melbourne to transfer everything here to Orlando, at which time I would give PTR an Orlando address. So if the state has some argument against bond, though I don't know why there would be, because I'm highly motivated to be here, I would like to speak in rebuttal.
Give me just a moment.
Yes, Your Honor.
Our information, Your Honor, is he's, violated his conditions in South Carolina. They're trying to get the bond up there.
I'm sorry, I can't hear. I don't think the microphone is on.
Okay, please repeat yourself with your position, and you got a mic up.
Yes, Your Honor. It's my understanding that he has violated his conditions of release in the pending matter in South Carolina, and a motion has been filed regarding that, and they are, asking to have the bond revoked up there in this matter.
So he's out on bond on a pending matter in South Carolina, is that what you're telling me?
I have a copy of the motion, if you would like to record it.
Sir, I do need to consider the fact, anything else in response?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. I understand that this is news to me that there's been a motion filed in South Carolina, but it is a motion to revoke bond. To my understanding, there has not been an order on that. If I were granted bond here, I could simply travel up to York County, South Carolina. I am authorized to be in York County for court hearings. I can just get in the car and go up there. There is no reason for me not to have bond here in Orange County. If I bond out, then I can make that hearing and be present for it up in York County.
All right, you're absolutely right, though. I can't, on this case, you are entitled to a monetary bond. Anything else that you have to say before I rule on this issue?
No, Your Honor.
I'd also like clarification as to whether he actually is a resident of Melbourne or a resident of Orlando.
Where is your legal address, sir?
My legal address is actually in Marion County. It is 10346 Southwest 64th Court, Ocala, Florida 34476. But the address that I would give for PTR is Melbourne. That is where I'm staying until I can arrange my father's affairs to transfer them to Orlando. And that is 1856 Harrison Avenue in Melbourne.
And are any of those your personal property
No, ma'am.
that you have
I would
a
be
real estate
tenant.
interest in?
I have no, I do not own real property, if that's what you're asking.
Okay, thank you.
Can he provide this alleged business address in What I'm getting at, is there any reason he has to be in Orange County?
I have, my business address is 424 East Central, number 156 in Orlando.
Okay.
Is the state concerned that I should not be in Orange County, or is the state concerned that I'm going to leave
All
Orange
right.
County?
This isn't a dialogue necessarily. I know you're representing yourself pro se. I'm going to make my ruling on this. I'm going to start with the conditions of your release. Sir, you need to abide by all conditions of any injunction. You're also to have no contact with Anna Ariso, the alleged victim of this case. You're not to possess any weapons. And no contact means no third-party contact, no written, no text, no telephone communications, not even for the purpose of any children, if there are children in common. You're not to possess any weapons. If you own any weapons, they do need to be surrendered to law enforcement immediately upon your release. Additionally, the court does have concerns about the inconsistencies of where you would be living and your ties outside of the state of Florida. In this matter, I'm setting your bond at $50,000 with those conditions. And I'm also imposing pretrial release 1 day and that's phone-in pretrial release. I'll give you 1 business day to arrange that and follow all those conditions. Anything else from state or defense?
Is the court willing to give him notice of the hearing set in South Carolina?
I can't serve notice, counsel. All right, thank you.
Thank you,
And
Your
at this time, you would like a public defender, is that correct?
Yes, thank you very much.
I'll appoint a public defender. And again, for the record, PD appointed, not for first appearance and bond hearing.
What's the bond?
50000 with conditions. Williams Lumaine?
Yes.
Luman?
Yes, Your Honor, Lumaine.
Case number 2020 CF 4871AO. Sir, you're here for a charge of aggravated assault with a firearm. You are entitled to a monetary bond. Do you want a public defender to help you with your case?
Yes.
I'll go ahead and appoint a public defender, and I do find probable cause. Corrections and pretrial services, is the victim present?
No, Your Honor.
All right. At this time, I'm going to, it's not domestic, right?
No, Your Honor.
Is this a tenant situation? State? State, this is a landlord tenant? Okay. All right, I'm going to set your bond at $10,000 in this matter. You are not to have any contact with the victim of this case. No return to the scene of the crime. I'll allow a one-time return so long as you're accompanied by law enforcement. You're not to possess any weapons. If you do own any weapons, they do need to be surrendered to the police department upon within 6 hours of your release from jail.
Yes, Your Honor.
And he does qualify for a PTR, Your Honor.
All right, and I'll do the $10,000 bond plus pretrial release report by phone within 1 day, based on these facts.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Laura Beth Moore,
Yes, ma'am.
your case number is 2020 CF 4839AO. You were arrested for possession of fentanyl. Do you want a public defender?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll go ahead and appoint a public defender. I find probable cause. I'll put you on pretrial release. You have 1 business day to report by phone, and I'm setting up a condition that you not possess, use, or consume any illegal drugs or have any paraphernalia. Do you have any questions, ma'am?
What is pretrial release?
You're being released without bond, but you do have to phone in and check in.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Good luck to you, Ms. Moore.
Thank you.
The next person is Nadia Lexi Oppenheimer Ramos.
Yes.
Good morning. You're here for good afternoon. You're here for case number 2020 CF 4832. Do you want a public defender to help you with your charges?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Yes.
You're here for a charge of uttering forged bills or notes and petty theft. I do find that there's probable cause. Based on the facts of will she qualify for pretrial release corrections?
She has 2 open cases, Your Honor. Then I can give you those case numbers.
Are they Orange County cases?
Yes.
Do you have a case number on those?
2020 MM00191180.
Second case?
2020 MM00067680.
67680. Give me a moment. All right, I wasn't aware of these cases. Let me take a look on the clerk system. Okay, so she has a public defender on a pending battery case in case number 1911, and information has been filed. And then in case number 2020 MM 67680. She has a public defender for a second case for battery. All right, I am going to order that in case number 2020 MM 67680 that you do a change of address. Your mail is returned unserved. So I'm appointing a public defender in the new felony charge. Defense, do you want to be heard on the new case as well as the out on bonds?
Your Honor, we just ask for the court to not take any action on the out on bond cases. And as for the new cases, we just ask for the first charge for the bond to be set at $500.
And state?
The bond to be stayed in the current cases and the bond to be revoked in the prior case.
Defense, excuse me, corrections, you don't have any kind of address where she would reside for pretrial release, do you?
Yeah, I do. No, Your Honor. We have her listed as transient.
Okay, based on, let me look at the facts on this.
I have an address.
Ma'am, you may not want to say anything because all of your statements can be used against you. You do have an attorney, Ms. Oppenheimer Ramos. Counsel, do you need to inquire of her or say anything to her?
No, Your Honor, I just advise her not to speak.
So your attorney is advising you not to say anything. All right. These facts are all stemming out of what starts to be some kind of disturbance at a business. On the battery charges where she's already out and open, I'm going to revoke her release, set a new bond of $500 per case. And on the new case, I'll stay the bonds, no return to the scene of the crime, which is a 7-Eleven, no contact with the victim witness. Thank you, ma'am. Your name, please?
Urban Royale.
Sir, you're here in case number 2020 CF 4763. Do you want a public defender to help you with your charge? I'm sorry, couldn't hear you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you're here pursuant to a warrant for probable cause for petty theft with 2 prior convictions. I'll stay the bond at $500 in that matter. Thank you, Mr. Royal. The next case is Andrea Sharber. Ms. Sharber, you're here in case number 2020 CF 4873AO for a charge of trespass on a designated construction site in violation of county ordinance. Do you want a public defender to help you with your case?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll go ahead and appoint a public defender. I find probable cause as to counts 1 and 2. Actually, strike that. There's case law out of the 5th DCA about signage, and it was actually one of my cases. I find no PC to the construction site. Any objection to me finding probable cause to a simple trespass to state and setting bond accordingly?
For the court, Your Honor.
Okay, you want me to do that? Give her a misdemeanor bond? Defense?
For the trespass charge,
Yes.
will the court consider RR?
Well, I'm not going to go back and forth. Do you want me to find PC for a trespass? Any objection? Or do you want the state to perfect it on the felony?
Um,
I'll entertain it.
okay.
Okay, I find probable cause for a lesser included offense of trespass. You need a statute number, don't you? Give me just a moment to find that. And I'll set bond on 1 at $100 for the trespass. I'll get you a statute number, but on 2, I will grant your request and ROR her. Give me a second. 8, 10. So let me know when you're ready, Denise.
Right.
810.09 sub 1. Thank you, everybody. Okay, so your bond is modified, $100 plus ROR, no return, and abide by all trespass orders. Good luck to you, Ms. Sharber.
Okay, take it.
Can you tell me your name, please?
Byron Smith.
Mr. Smith, you're here for 2 cases that I'll be addressing. In case number 2020 CF 4828AO, you were arrested for possession of a firearm by a convicted delinquent. Sir, do you want a public defender to help you with that case?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll go ahead and appoint a public defender, and then you're already out on bond in case number 2020 MM 2518AO for a charge of resisting officer without violence, and an information has been filed on that charge. Okay, state, do you have an offer on the resisting? I can arraign him now. He was previously arraigned, but I can do it again if you want.
I do not.
Okay, defense, anything else on these matters? Do you want to be heard?
On the add-on bond, I believe the PD is not appointed.
You're right. Do you want a public defender for your old out on bond case for resisting officer without violence too?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll appoint a public defender on that case. State, any objection to a 10-day offer on his misdemeanor offense? And then I can't make an offer on his other case. 10-day offer, and he has credit for he does have some history too. And he is 2 days in on the misdemeanor offense.
That's fine, Your Honor.
Sir, do you want to take the 10-day offer for the charge of resisting officer without violence?
What she said? Repeat that, ma'am.
I'm making a 10-day offer for the charge of resisting officer without violence. I've considered your criminal history. You have credit for 2 days. You would have to do 8 days. And you would be convicted, and you'd owe court costs. Do you want to accept that offer, sir?
Do they got another offer besides?
Excuse me, what did you say?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so I'll enter a plea of not guilty in that matter. On the resisting officer case, I'm going to revoke your release. I'm going to set a new bond of $1,000. And then it's $5,000 in the new case with the condition that you not commit any new law violations and not possess any weapons. Thank you, Mr. Smith. Good luck to you. Your name, please?
Christopher Toro.
Mr. Toro, you're here in case number 2020 CF 487280. Do you want a public defender to help you with your fentanyl case?
Yes.
I'll go ahead and appoint a public defender to assist you with this case. I do find probable cause, and I'm setting your bond at $1,000. So it's a stay. Good luck to you, sir. Next is Adame Williams.
Yes.
Miss Williams, you're here for a felony case 2020 CF 4838 for a charge of criminal mischief. Do you want a public defender to help you with that?
Yes.
I'll appoint the public defender. I do find probable cause. I'll stay that bond at $1,000. No return to the scene of the crime, no contact with the victim of that case. And then you also have case number 2020 CF 318180 for MDMA ecstasy possession. I'll take no action on that, and information has yet to be filed.
What that mean?
Your attorney will explain that. So you do have a bond. Thank you, ma'am. Next person is Mark Minotti.
He's medical, Your Honor.
All right, case number 2019 CO 37980. I'll temporarily appoint the public defender, set that bond, and I'll modify that bond to $100. So that's a bond reduction. Do you want me to reset that one so he can plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, can we reset that to reset for plea within 1 day of medical clearance? PD, you might need to stay on top of that one, just so he can probably get a time served. William Couch, or I'm sorry, Robert Counsel.
Yes.
What's your name, sir?
Robert Counsel.
Case number 2020 MM 2913. Sir, you're here for a charge of petty theft and resisting officer without violence. State, do you have an offer on his case?
No.
Any objection to the court making an offer? Okay, it's a 4-day jail offer with credit for 2 days' time served if you would like to take that.
Yes,
So you would be released probably tomorrow afternoon,
Yes.
maybe the morning after. Do you want a public defender to help you with your case, Mr. Counsel?
No, I don't need one.
I can't hear you.
No, ma'am. I don't need one.
Do you want to take a plea on this case?
No contest.
Okay. How do you plead to the charge of petty theft? Guilty, no contest, or not guilty?
No contest. Not guilty.
How do you plead to count two?
Same.
How do you plead to count two? Resisting officer without violence.
No contest.
You understand what no contest means?
No, not really.
No contest means you're neither admitting or denying the charge. You just feel it's in your best interest to resolve your case. Is that what you would like to do today?
Yes, ma'am.
Did anybody force you to plead no contest?
No.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, medicine, or do you have any health conditions that's affecting your understanding right now?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Counsel, do you understand that if you were on probation at the time you committed this offense, by pleading today, your terms of probation would be violated? If you were on probation before you committed this crime, by entering a plea, your probation would be violated. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that if you're not a United States citizen, you will be subject to deportation by pleading to this charge?
Yes.
Now, theft is an enhanceable offense. You are being adjudicated. I see you have a prior history. If you commit a future act of theft, you will be charged with a felony. It's called an enhancement. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Do you have any questions for an attorney?
No, ma'am.
All right. At this time, I'll go ahead and find that you waived your right to an attorney. You entered pleas of no contest. Here's your sentence. You're adjudicated guilty, sentenced to 4 days time served. No return to the scene of the crime, which is a Walmart.
Yes.
We'll need some fingerprints from him, and I'll give you until May 1st of 2021 to pay your court costs. And you have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence. If you can't afford an appellate attorney, one would be appointed to represent you, Mr. Counsel. Good luck to you.
Okay, thank you.
Your Honor, Minotti came up.
What?
Minotti, Mark, he just came up.
Hold on, let me find his paperwork.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, no.
Are you Mark Minotti?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. All right, give me just a moment to recall your case. 2019 CO 37980. Sir, you have a public defender. You're here for a county ordinance violation and with acts of soliciting funds from unauthorized roadways, basically a panhandling charge.
Yes.
If you would like, you do have a bond. It's now $100. If you would like to resolve your case, the offer would be an adjudication, time served. You'd be released today. And I'd give you until May 1st of next year to pay your court costs.
Yes.
Okay, do you need any more time to speak with your lawyer?
No.
Do you plead guilty, no contest, or not guilty?
Not guilty.
Okay, guilty means you're admitting you did it, and it would finish your case. No contest means you're not admitting or denying it. You just feel it's in your best interest to resolve your case, and your case would be over today, and you'd be sentenced and released. Not guilty means you're denying the case, and I have to set your case for other court dates.
Okay.
Do you understand my explanation?
Yes.
How do you plead to the charge of soliciting funds from roadway? Guilty, no contest, or not guilty?
Guilty.
All right. Did anybody force you to plead guilty?
Yes.
You're being forced to plead guilty?
Yes.
Your Honor,
Yes,
I would
feel
advise him to plead no contest.
guilty.
Okay, your attorney, your attorney's actually asking that I accept a no contest plea. Is that okay with you?
Your Honor, we can't see you.
You what?
We can't see you. You off the screen.
Yes.
He can't see who he talking to.
What'd you say?
He can't see your face. We can't see you.
You off.
Did the screen go out?
No, it's
No.
not. You're not in the picture. You like. Oh,
There you go.
Thank you.
Sir, your attorney has advised me to take a no contest plea. Are you pleading no contest to the solicitation charge, soliciting charge?
Yes.
Have you taken any drugs,
No.
alcohol, or medicine? Or do you have any health conditions that's affecting your understanding?
No.
If you are on probation at the time you've committed this offense, by entering a plea today, do you understand your probation would be violated?
Yes.
Do you understand that if you're not a United States citizen, you will be subject to deportation by pleading to this charge?
Yes.
Are you willingly saying no contest?
No contest.
Nobody's, okay. Anything else, counsel?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I'll accept your plea of no contest. You're adjudicated guilty. I'll impose a time-served sentence to be released today. pay his court costs and public defender's fees by May 1st of next year. Thank you, Mr. Minotti.
Thank
On
you.
this case, you'll be released today. Good luck to you.
Dad.
Good morning, Mr. Haddon. I have a few cases for you. Do you want a public defender to help you with all of your cases?
Sure.
I'm going to appoint a public defender in all 4 cases that I'm handling. 2020 MM 2736, 2020 MM 2237, which is a 7-Eleven trespass. 2020 MM 1710AO, which is also a 7-Eleven trespass. And then he has 2020 MM 2917AO, which is also a 7-Eleven trespass. I do find probable cause for the new offense. State, have you filed on any of these other cases?
Right here.
Hold on just a moment. The attorneys are looking at it. I don't see any filing decision. Defense, any, you want to be heard on any of this?
Your Honor, we just ask for the court not to take any action on the out-on RRs.
I want to check to see if he is going to the same 7-Elevens, because there's 3 7-Elevens. State, if you can fill me in on these trespasses, if you have that information. 8499 John Young. Okay, here's what I can do. On case 2020 MM 1710AO, I misspoke. An information was filed. He had a 7-Eleven trespass. Do you want me to take no action on the 2 where no filing decision has been made? And on the 2 other ones, do a global plea offer?
Yes, Your Honor, but we would like the court to consider that.
Do you have a recommendation for a plea offer on 1710 and the new case 2915?
Related to the 87 misdemeanors, and I think numerous ones of those are trespass. 4 days for each count.
So do you want me to just do 8 days to run concurrent? Sir, so you're going to have some open cases still, but I can close out 2 cases. It would be an 8-day jail sentence.
Okay.
And you do have a little bit of credit. Do you want to accept the 8-day jail sentence?
Sure.
You need any more time to talk to your lawyer?
Nah.
And have you taken any drugs, alcohol, or medication? Or do you have any health problems that's affecting your understanding right now?
No. No, ma'am.
For the charge of trespass that occurred on or about March 3rd at 7-Eleven, do you plead guilty, no contest, or not guilty?
I'll plead guilty.
Your Honor, I would advise him plead no contest.
Your attorney wants you to plead no contest. Is that okay with you?
That's fine with me.
All right, how do you plead to the charge of resisting officer without violence?
No contest.
And then in the new charge, 2020 MM 2915, how do you plead to the charge of trespass from yesterday?
No contest.
Has anybody forced you to plead no contest to any of these cases?
No. No, ma'am.
All right. Sir, do you understand that if you were on probation when you committed these offenses, by entering a plea today, your terms of probation would be violated?
Yes.
If you're not a United States citizen, you will be subject to deportation by entering a plea to these charges.
Yes.
Do you need any more time to talk to your lawyer?
No, ma'am.
I'll accept your plea of no contest, finding you've done so with the benefit of counsel. You're adjudicated guilty as to all counts, no return to the scene of the crime. An 8-day concurrent sentence as to both cases and to all counts with any credit for time served. You do owe court costs, and that'll be due by May 1st of 2021. I'll take no action in 2237 and 2736. Sir, you're not to go back to those scenes of the crimes, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Good luck to you, Mr. Hayden.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Elwood Slater Smith.
He's mental health, Your Honor. Elwood Smith.
Okay, I do find probable cause. I'll temporarily appoint a public defender. Stay the bond at $500. PD, do you want to be heard on anything?
No, Your Honor. Can we reset him?
Yeah, reset to within one day of mental health clearance. The next person is Martino Sifrant.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Sifrant, good morning. You're here in case number 2020 MM 2921 for a charge of resisting officer without violence. Do you want a public defender to help you with this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, I'm going to appoint a public defender to help you with this case. Having found probable cause, considering your criminal history and the facts of this case, I'm going to increase your bond to $1,000. Thank you, Mr. Sifrant. And there's a hold on him for Polk County, too. Ronell Fenn.
He's medical, Your Honor.
I'll temporarily appoint the public defender in, I'll appoint the public defender in 2020 MM 2899. I find probable cause for trespass and criminal mischief. Reset that and his out on bond cases to within 1 day of medical clearance. The next person is Mark Narain.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, Mr. Narain, good afternoon, rather.
Good afternoon.
You're here for a case out of Seminole County, 192843 CFA. For a violation of probation, you're currently being held at no bond status. Any modifications will put you on a reset docket, okay?
Okay.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
All right,
In Your Honor, is the PD appointed to?
It's a Seminole County case.
Because I was informed that PD is appointed to out-of-county cases.
Is there a case law on that? Let me know about that. I'll follow. Do you want a public defender if you qualify, Mr. Narain? That's not Mr. Narain.
A little bit, y'all, and we still can't see you.
And I'm going to email the judge to see if they'll modify it in Seminole. Okay? He's gone. The next person is Kevon Jefferson. Are you Mr. Jefferson?
Yes, ma'am.
Give me a moment. Mr. Jefferson, you're here in two different cases. 19 CF 9389 for a violation of probation. This was done as an on view. You're also here in case number 2020 CF 486580. You were arrested for grand theft motor vehicle, possession of marijuana, and resisting officer without violence. Do you want a public defender to help you with both of these cases?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender. Defense, do you want to be heard or state?
Your Honor, in regard to the grand theft charge, we just ask for the court to set bond to $500.
All right. And anything else, state? Because he's on probation, I'm going to deny that request. I'll stay the bonds as listed, no contact with the owner of the motor vehicle. And on the VOP, I'll stay that as well. Thank you, Mr. Jefferson. You do have a public defender to assist you with these matters. The next person is Javarius Brown. Are you Mr. Brown?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Brown, you're here in case number 17 CF 6408AO. You're here for a violation of probation. The underlying charges on that were possession of a firearm or ammunition by a felon or a delinquent, as well as fleeing and attempting to elude. The allegations are you did not pay your cost of supervision. You committed a new offense of battery by strangulation on or about December 2nd, battery domestic violence, and you tested positive for cocaine. You'll remain set at no bond status on your violation of probation, and I'll take no action in case number 19 CF 17011AO. Anything else, defense counsel? Thank you, Mr. Brown. You do have an attorney. Kenneth Patterson is next. Are you Mr. Patterson?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Patterson, you're here for case number 18 CF 1556AO. You're here for a violation of probation. You were placed on probation for 2 counts of failure to comply with sex offender reporting. It's alleged that while on probation, you violated by refusing to submit to electronic monitoring, and that you left your place where you were supposed to be without your tracking device. Sir, you're here. So on this, your bond is $1,250 as to each count for a total of $250. Do you want a public defender to help you with this case?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll appoint a public defender. Sir, you do have reporting requirements. Once you do bond out, I'll give you 1 business day to comply with those reporting requirements.
Well, ma'am,
Do you have any
I posted my bond yesterday. They said that I came and turned myself in as soon as I found out I had the warrant. And they said that I had to go to the first appearance first.
Okay, and I'm letting you know what the condition is. So if your bond's been posted, you'll be released, but you have 1 business day to follow up and do those reporting requirements.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Yes, state the bonds. It was is it 1,250 per each count, per total? Oh, I've had 2. The VIP. Okay, anybody else there?
No, ma'am. That's it.
All right, let's go ahead. Anything else from the attorneys before I go offline with the jail? Yes. This time serve them straight.
Okay, thank you.
Just a correction on the paperwork. Haddon, who I took a plea from, he actually had 14 days on the trespass and the resisting, so I just credit time served him. Any objection on case number 2020 MM1710?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's go ahead and, thank you, Mr. Williams and Ms. T. Can I go offline?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thanks.